coming. I actually didn't prepare a lot of extensive remarks for today because I kind of really just wanted to speak from the heart, which is relatively easy when you know the person well. And then Ashley, so for purposes of today, if it's okay, I'm going to call her Ashley. I've always known her as Ashley. It makes it a little easier. I also promised her I wouldn't get long-winded, so for those of you who know me, you know that I like to talk. Not as much as Dr. Kaiser, maybe a close second. But anyway, today's a really special day. It's a special day for Ashley, for her family, Ro and RJ, for her Air Force family, and it's equally special for me, because Ashley and I go all the way back to our first duty station together at Maxwell. And we're both from Alabama. We grew up about 45 minutes apart. I knew somebody was going to do that. She's an Alabama fan. I'm Auburn. But hey, we're all entitled to a lapse in judgment. So yeah, we started our career at Maxwell. Was actually your first duty station. You did some training in Texas first. I was a new captain, new to the Air Force, trying to find my way. I'm still trying to find my way, but I think Chief Select Strong's got it figured out. She was a senior airman at the time, which seems so crazy to see you now and to think about you just being a baby airman back then. But it's been so awesome just watching her progress in her career, move up the ranks, her many accomplishments and accolades, but most importantly, to see all the lives that she's touched along the way. So a quick story, before I got here, I spent a couple years in the Pentagon, and one of my greatest joys was walking down that airman's corridor. It's the corridor right down the hall from the SECAF and CSAF's office, and seeing Ashley's picture there along with a write-up as one of our 12 Outstanding Airmen of the Year. And so I do a lot of personal tours while I was there. Family, friends come into town. Other folks that weren't stationed in the building. And that was always a stop on the tour, was to take them down there and show them Ashley's picture and tell them about her. And I'd kind of beam, I don't know, like a proud dad, and go, I was stationed with her, I know her, she's representing our great state of Alabama, and she's come so far from that small town in Tallahassee, Alabama, and just done so well for herself, and just so proud. And so I could spend all day talking about her accomplishments and everything she's done in her career, but I'd actually just rather say a few things about her as a person. So she's somebody that truly embodies our Air Force core values. Obviously somebody of integrity, that goes without saying, but the two things that really stand out in my mind is service and excellence. And so before I even got here, didn't know much about Scott, but based on what I could see from her social media about how she would beam about her team and her squadron and the Med Group family, man, that got me fired up to come to Scott. That was indicative of the kind of team and family I was going to be joining, and just how to see her every day go into it, with her whole heart was truly amazing. And then when we first got here, my wife was out looking for a hair salon, because that's what she does every time we PCS. Stresses about it, all that. She's actually still flying back to San Antonio to get her hair done, so expensive every few weeks. But she walks into the hair salon, and they immediately notice her accent. And they start talking about another one of their clients, and they talk about what a magnetic personality she is, how everybody from the employees to the other customers just absolutely love her. And one lady described her, she said it's like a celebrity has just entered the building when she comes in. And not surprisingly, come to find out they were talking about Ashley, and that was no surprise. That was not a surprise to us at all. And then in regards to service, we get a glimpse of it, or excellence rather, we get a glimpse of it in her professional life each and every day. But she also pursues excellence outside of the workplace. She's a phenomenal wife, I think. Is that true? She's an awesome mom to RJ, and before RJ there was Butter. But she's also a successful entrepreneur too. So I'm not sure if you're still doing it now that RJ's come along, but I would see her on there just hustling, getting after it while everybody was still asleep before, anybody else even rolled out of bed. And then again later at night, she was back at it again. So, you've all seen her ride out in the parking lot. That is not the Air Force's company car, but just really indicative of the success she's had in her entrepreneurial endeavors. And so just like her military career, she's used it as a platform to lift up, inspire, and empower so many other people. Truly an individual that knows the meaning of lift as you climb. And so I can't think of a better airman or a better individual to re-enlist in our great Air Force today. And I'm just, again, so honored that you asked me to be a part of this special day. So, ready?
Let's do this.
All right. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ashley Strong,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the
of
Constitution
the United States
of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and Uniform Code of Military
and the
Justice.
Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I didn't want to make this long. Hey, Jody, you can't skate. See, I told y'all she wouldn't. I didn't want to make this long, but I did want to make this important because this is important, and I wanted to be really the example as your superintendent to show you, to invite your people along with you to celebrate these milestones in your career. It's real easy to get a flag and one person and a piece of paper and sign it, and nobody ever knows that you do it. But it was really important to me that I did it here, that I did it in the 375th Dental Squadron. This is our home sweet home, right? And that I did it with y'all. When I first enlisted in the Air Force, I was like, I'm for and done. And that was it. And I just said, until/unless something better comes along. And so I came in for myself, but you guys are the reason that I've stayed. And that's just the truth. There's so many options out there. You talked about entrepreneur life, but I stayed because I love this. I love this, and I love you guys. And so I plan to finish strong because of these two right here, which is just everything. So Colonel Lawrence, thank you so much for just doing the honor. It's really special. The Air Force family is super small. So he was actually around for my very first re-enlistment. And so it just meant the world for him to be here to do my final re-enlistment. And so this one takes us home to my boys. So thank y'all so much for just hanging out and spending some of your lunch time with me. It means a lot that you guys are here. I appreciate it.
Yeah.